Driving, it's an emotion. For some, it's not about point A to point B. It affects our soul, our spirit. It makes you powerful, gives you control. For that moment in time, you are completely focused, detached from everything else. It's just you and the car.
And when you're that involved and that emotional about driving, it really matters that you have a good car. Because otherwise, it sounds like a corny TV ad. This, though, the all-new Audi RS5 Sportback looks like it can do justice to that overly emotional intro. It is low, it is fast, it is not an SUV, and that is one of the big reasons to consider one. Now, the first thing that will get you is the seating position, and enthusiasts, well, the ones that will be buying this car will definitely be enthusiasts, can attest to the fact that when you're in a car like this, in a performance car, lower is always better. You don't want that towering SUV feel. You want to sit nice and low, very close to the ground. So the sense of speed is immense. You know, that thrill is elevated. And with the RS5, oh boy, I can tell you, there is plenty of thrill. Because if you just push it, it just slides. Now, what adds to that engagement is, of course, what's under the bonnet. A 2.9-litre twin-turbo V6 petrol engine, good for 450 bhp and 600 Nm, mated to an 8-speed automatic gearbox. 0 to 100, 3.9 seconds top speed, well over 250. So this thing definitely has the bragging rights. The engine is sharp, it's responsive, power delivery is excellent. And when it goes, you really commend the brakes, because the brakes are the other highlight of the RS5. They're steel brakes, RS special steel brakes, and they work absolutely fine because they are like dropping a big anchor on a small canoe. It just literally dives the car down. The pedal feel is superb, the bite is incredible, so you never really feel out of control. And speaking of control, the handling on the RS5 again is very, very good as well, because like you know, the V6 engine is lighter than a V8, which means it is easy to handle and maneuver. And the RS5 also gets the fabled Quattro system, which means in corners and on bends, you get tons and tons of grip. There's really never any lack of it. There's no understeer. The back never really kicks out. I mean, it is biased towards the rear, the whole system, and you can probably get the tail out a bit. But today the weather definitely is not suitable for that, so I'm not going to try that. But what you will really love is the way this thing just darts out of corners. You know, it's like a catapult. You can just sort of point the steering in the direction that you want to go, mash your throttle, and off it goes. And I think that is very, very confidence inspiring as well. You just sort of can attack corners with so much confidence that it is genuinely fun. And the other bit about the RS5 is also the RS Sport suspension. Now, of course, it is on the firmer side. This is an RS, you expect that, but it is not uncomfortably harsh, and that is a very, very commendable thing to do, because usually on sports sedans, you have the suspension set to the hardest setting and it sort of spoils the ride on everyday driving. This though, because Audi wants the customers to use it every day, has a good mix of both. It has a nice balance. You can use it on the city roads. The suspension has enough sort of give to sort of take in our bumps and potholes. And on days like these where you have a lovely flat winding stretch of road, you can just sort of glide. Even the 19-inch wheels have a good amount of tire profile which can absorb these potholes. So now when Audi said you can drive this car Monday to Friday like a normal car, and on the Saturday and Sundays you can sort of belt it around, I thought, yeah, sure, you know, how much closer can they get in terms of that balance. But when I am driving it, I drove out of the city today, and this thing genuinely has that sense of duality to it. Now, in terms of practicality and features, the RS5 is absolutely kitted out, because there's nothing here that's been given a miss. Sure, the interior in terms of the design is closer to the A4 than the A6, which means you don't get the dual touchscreens, and I think that's a good thing because personally I like some tactile feel for my HVAC controls. The touchscreen is good, it's very responsive, it has all the necessary features, and again you have all the luxury things too. You have a sunroof, you have massaging seats. I mean, these are sports seats, they're really comfortable and they're really supportive, but they also have a massage function. I mean, talk about duality, they weren't kidding at all when they said you can use this car as a dual purpose one.
You know, I'll be honest with you, at the beginning, I genuinely didn't think the RS5 would impress me. You know, in my eyes, it wasn't a full-blown RS. It didn't have a V8. It didn't have that loud exhaust that we all love. But the more I drove it, the more I wanted one. Because for someone who really loves to drive, this thing is absolutely spot on. The 2.9-liter V6 is a gem of an engine. The power delivery is fantastic. The twin turbos have virtually no lag. And then you have the handling, the steering has a lovely amount of heft to it. The Quattro system makes sure that the RS5 clambers onto every corner there is. And then you have the styling, because every RS needs to look radical. The RS5 is no less. Plenty of lines, plenty of cuts, plenty of creases. So you definitely get that exclusivity and people looking at you at all times. But sadly, the comments are going to be raging about how the low ground clearance is going to be an issue, how an SUV is always going to be comfortable and more practical. But trust me, pay no heed to them, because if you are a pure driving enthusiast, if you rate driving over everything else, the RS5 is absolutely phenomenal and you will definitely not regret it.